testing on top of the T. Diamond, they shine like the sun on the beach. In the nighttime, got the sun on my neck. Went straight to the block when I jumped out the jet. I jumped in the game when I jumped out the bench. Whoa, we get to that money, we praising that paper, you praising a bitch. I'm paid in full, no money, Mitch. You smell the Cali as soon as it lit. Whoa. I got a bitch, you gon' eat up the dick, get her on Percocet. I did that shit, did the stun on my ex. I sold the dope to the teacher, you with the teacher pet, yeah. Fuck how much money you got, man, I can't buy respect, yeah. Clarity in my diamonds, you can see through my wrist. Nigga keep telling me pop your shit, might get popped, can't play with the kid. And I got bricks, same color the grits. Low key book got me off of the grid, I'ma pop out in that 6, I let her blow in the wind, then make her go down on her friend. Diamonds white, dynamite, diamond nights, yeah. I got ice, reach for it, that's your life, yeah. I got hoes, they got hoes, I got dykes, yeah. Diamonds white, dynamite, diamond nights, yeah. Diamonds white, dynamite, diamond nights, yeah. I got ice, reach for it, that's your life, yeah. I got hoes, they got hoes, I got dykes, yeah. Diamonds white, dynamite, diamond nights, yeah. Plain Jane on my wrist, dog is buried in gold. I got work for the low, they just get it and go. Bust down, Tatiana, you ain't seen this before. Lot of V's, I got rings, young MJ on the go. That's your girl, that's your bitch, but dog, I call her my hoe. Balenciaga bought some more, got a scuff on the sole. Gold bottles in the club, pour that shit on the floor. Dog, I came out with that ice when I put my arm in the bowl. Dog, I'm taking up all the lanes when I put the rolls on the road. I got white dynamite, you can put the shit in your nose. Old school crack rock, you smell the shit on my clothes. Fuck the kitchen, we cook the work on a portable stove. Diamonds white, dynamite, diamond nights, yeah. I got ice, reach for it, that's your life, yeah. I got hoes, they got hoes, I got dykes, yeah. Diamonds white, dynamite, diamond nights, yeah. Diamonds white, dynamite, diamond nights, yeah. I got ice, reach for it, that's your life, yeah. I got hoes, they got hoes, I got dykes, yeah. Diamonds white, dynamite, diamond nights, yeah.
It's the mayor. Welcome to Showface News. Call me what you want, just don't call me woke. You're not rocking with the town favorite Showface News. It's Big Gotham, the real New York Mayor F. Eric Adams. Everybody knows the town versus everybody at all times, but all the way from Flushing, Queens, we got the one and only Sue Young. Stop playing again, come on. And that's word to Sue Young. Check it out, man. So Crip Mac could be serving 15 years behind bars. You know what I'm saying? We found out about a day ago that Crip Mac was arrested for having a firearm and not turning himself in. He actually ran away instead of turning himself in. 2 weeks later, they catch him. The feds come busting the doors down. The man gets locked up. Okay? So what they're saying now is they got this paperwork out. And in this paperwork, it's stating everything that he's being charged with, as well as if he might get 15 years. So I'm gonna get right into that, champs. Hit the like, share the video. Let's get right into it, gang. So right here, here's what it says, champs. It says United States Court District for the Central District of California, October 22 grand jury. Now this was filed on October 10th of 2023. Anyway, it says the grand jury charges on or about September 3rd, 2023 in Los Angeles County within the Central District of California. Defendant, that's his real name, they blurted out. Defendant Crip Mac, also known as C-Mac, knowingly possessed ammunition, namely 10 rounds of normal precision AB 9mm Luger caliber ammunition contained inside a semi-automatic handgun bearing no serial number, commonly referred to as a ghost gun, each in and affecting interstate commerce. Defendant blank possessed such ammunition knowing that he had previously been convicted of at least one of the following felony crimes, each punishable by a term of imprisonment exceeding 1 year. Okay? Next, this is quick facts. The average sentence for all Section 922 offenders was 63 months. The average sentence for offenders convicted of violating Section 922 and sentenced under ACCA was 186 months. The average sentence for offenders convicted of violating Section 922 but not sentenced under ACCA was 60 months. Sentence relative to the guideline range of the 61.3% of Section 922 offenders sentenced under the guidelines manual. 82.7% were sentenced within the guideline range. 10.1% received a substantial assistant departure. The average sentence reduction was 46.1%. 5.7% received some other downward departure. The average sentence reduction was 39.7%. 38.7% received a variance of those offenders. 89.3% received a downward variance. Their average sentence reduction was 35.7%. Okay? So this is just, I guess, going by how much time he can actually get. But let's get to the summary, because this is a bunch of numbers that we're hearing right now. You dig? So the summary says this: the Armed Career Criminal Act 18 USC 924 requires imposition of a mandatory minimum 15-year term of imprisonment for what? For receipt. I can't even read this. What does this say? Imprisonment for recidivists convicted of prohibited possession of a firearm under 18 USC 922 who have 3 prior state or federal convictions for violent felonies or serious drug offenses. Section 942 defines. Section 924 defines serious drug offenses as those punishable by imprisonment for 10 years or more. It defines violent felonies as those that have an element of threat, attempt, or use of physical force against another, that involve in burglary, arson, or extortion, that constitute physical force against another, that involve burglary, that constitute crimes similar to burglary, arson, or extortion under the Actions Residual Clause. The U.S. Sentencing Commission recommended that the Congress consider clarifying the statute definitions of the violent felony categories. So it looks like he may get hit with 15 years. I don't know, because this is like his third time when it comes to dealing with weapons. It's like his third time getting arrested. You dig what I'm saying? So for Crip Mac, it might get nasty. I'm not gonna hold you. And guess what? If he serves 15 years, you could pretty much say adios to Crip Mac, because we won't remember Crip Mac in 15 years. Let's be honest here. Like, if we're gonna be like honest, we're not gonna remember Crip Mac in 15 years. No Jumper probably won't even be around in 15 years. We don't know what the future of No Jumper holds, but 15 years from now, so many things can change. We might forget a lot of things, champ. You dig? Who knows what's gonna happen 15 years from now? All I know is Crip Mac probably won't even be relevant. Who's to say that YouTube would even be relevant in 15 years? I mean, it's been around long enough, but who's to say that YouTube, TikTok, and all that is even gonna be around in 15 years? You don't know what's gonna happen. 15 years is a long time, and a lot of changes can be made. I said chances of somebody remembering Crip Mac 15 years from now is, he pretty much is gonna be a stranger at that point. You dig? I mean, bad enough he's not big enough. It ain't like he's the biggest thing on the internet. I mean, he has a name on the internet. People know of him, but 15 years from now, I doubt people are even gonna remember Crip Mac by then. It's like, bro, that's 5 years from 20 years, bro. 15 years, bro. That's a minute. Lavish says, LOL, he gonna be sea walking in his cell. Yo, bro, listen. Unfortunately, 15 years is a lot. Now, that doesn't mean he's gonna actually get sentenced to 15 years. He might get less than that, hopefully for his sake. But still, bro, that's like your third offense, dog. Your third time getting locked. He just got out of lockup not that long ago. It was only a few months back when he just got out of the penitentiary, champ. Okay? He just got out. So now you're going back. And now they're gonna try and give you 15 years, which is messed up, but champ, these are the laws, unfortunately. We know that Crip Mac isn't, all the way there. Okay, we understand that. He has bad people in his corner, respectfully. There aren't no real great influences in the man's corner. people use him for what they use him for, and that's the unfortunate part of the situation. He's being used, dog. Adam 22 is using Crip Mac. People are using Crip Mac, man. He's being used, man. You dig? He's being used. Clearly, the man ain't all the way there. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, use the man as a prop. Use the man as a bag. Now, here's the unfortunate part too. Here's the thing. Once Crip Mac is out the picture, No Jumper kind of loses what it got to, because Crip Mac was part of the reason why people started tuning in more to No Jumper. You dig? Aside from the obvious beefs with T-Rail and AD and etc., Crip Mac was the main attraction at No Jumper and is the main attraction at No Jumper. You dig? He was the main attraction for Adam 22's show For the Love of Lana, and I never watched that show. I'm not interested in watching it, but the main reason people were even watching that show was because of who? Crip Mac. You dig? He's the entertainment. He's the person who has the it factor there. Because if you're being honest, when AD and them left No Jumper was about to go into a different direction where they wasn't even going to talk about hip hop at first. If you remember when AD and them had left No Jumper or got fired from No Jumper, you dig? If you remember back then, you remember that Adam 22 and them was trying to go into a different direction, but some way, somehow, they did something very, very outrageous, like getting Lana the Plug to do something with the Jason Love dude, right? And then that brought more media attention onto No Jumper again. And then they're trying to eat off of that and continue to build off of that weird fetish that Adam allegedly has or supposedly has, you know. But let's not say alleged. The man likes what he likes, pause. You know, what he's doing is out of pocket, but this is what he's doing to maintain the relevance of his platform, okay? And with Crip Mac's situation, I mean, best of luck to the man, but it might not be looking too hot, okay? Like I said, this is like his third time, you know, his third time. He just got released, He was locked up for like a year and some change maybe, but he just got released. You dig? So, yeah, it's about to be a bad look, you know? And like I said, the relevance of No Jumper kind of goes in the toilet, you know, once he's gone, unless they can figure something out to keep the relevancy going. You dig? That's just a fact, you know? That's just what it is, champs. But No Jumper will continue to do outrageous things until that hourglass is no longer running. You dig? That's just what it is. You know, ain't nothing more to say about it. You know, best of luck to Crip Mac, but California's gun laws are insanely strict. They do not favor weapons in Cali, all right? They just don't. That's just what it is. They don't favor, the gun laws in Cali are extremely vicious. Okay, extremely vicious. Gun laws in California, all right? But yeah, I don't know what's next. But all I can say to you is that, yeah, this could get bad for Crip Mac. It's a possibility he might get 15 years. Doesn't guarantee he gets 15, but there's a possibility he may get 15. Who knows? It's all gonna fall down on the judge, his lawyer, whatever the case may be, you know. But people who've been using Crip Mac, man, let's be honest. People have been using Crip Mac, man. They've been using Crip Mac, man. They don't care about that man well-being and nothing like that. They've been using the man, bro. You dig? Now, he could be way bigger than he is. Unfortunately, he might not get to ever be as big as he can possibly be, because he definitely has the potential to go crazy, you know. But unfortunately, this is what we're looking at right now, you know. Crazy. He says, what will he do? Run the podcast from jail? Nah, that's not gonna happen. I mean, Suge Knight got a podcast from jail. Maybe he can do the same. Who knows? But Suge Knight, you know, you can't see Crip Mac though. Like, when it comes to Crip Mac, you gotta see Crip Mac. Crip Mac is someone who is a seeable person. He's not a behind the scenes person. He's somebody that needs to be in the spotlight. So for somebody like Crip Mac, he's someone who needs to be seen by the masses, because that's where all the entertainment comes into play. Yeah, he can speak, but he has to be seen by the public too at the same time. So when it comes to Crip Mac, he's one of those people that needs to be seen. He can't play the background and just be a voice. he needs to be seen because again, that's the money maker. That's where people are tuning in. That's why people are tuning in. They want to see the goofiness. They want to see the antics. They want to see the ridiculous things that he says and does. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. But unfortunate, man. Crip Mac had a lot of potential to go crazy, man. And maybe he still can. I don't know. I'm not the judge of that, but they've been using this man for quite some time. That's what I'm trying to say. They've been using Crip Mac, man. But yeah, he could be possibly getting 15. He could get less. You know, I wish the man well. How about that, man? I wish the man well, but it's just unfortunate the people that he had in his corner. Now, in my personal opinion, I don't understand why he even had to have a weapon in the first place. What was his reason for having a weapon? To be honest, he shouldn't even still be on the hood, but because of that tattoo he got on his head, it's kind of in his best interest to keep something on him because you have a Hoover killer tattoo on your head. If you know LA and you know people in LA, or you from LA, you know that the most hated gang in LA is the Hoovers. Okay? You also know that one of the most dangerous gangs in LA are the Hoovers. And they're one of the smallest gangs, but they also are one of the most dangerous, especially with the people who they're aligned with. If you know, you know. If you don't know, well, let me teach you, champ. Oh, he like Flavor Flav. What do you mean that he's similar to Flavor Flav? I wouldn't say that. I mean, it depends. Like, so you like his character? You mean like his character is similar to Flav? Like, it's kind of like low key humiliating, or people just laughing at him, not with him type deal. Kinda. If you wanna take it there, then yeah. I mean, that makes sense. You know. But like I said though, you know, it's just unfortunate for him. You know that he has to sit because he gonna have to sit down. It's California. Their gun laws are insane. The man has to sit down. Unfortunately, man, that's just what it is. The man must sit down, gang. You know? Yeah, he gotta be seen, man. In order for him to go crazy, he must be seen by the public. That's just what it is. You dig? But like I said, unfortunate situation, unfortunate event. But here, this is where we at. This is where we're at with it. You know? So yeah, man, it's crazy. It's wild. You know, it's wild, it's crazy. But boy, we said Hoover criminals don't play. I think the Hoover criminals are a little different. I think the Hoover criminals are a little different. So I guess he kept the 55th. I mean, he shouldn't be keeping it 55th at all, to be honest. But unfortunately, his name and everything is based on 55th Street. So that's who he's jacking and that's who he's identifying as. So we can say that, okay, he should have left the hood stuff alone and whatnot. But at the same time, you're still repping a gang actively. He's still actively repping the gang while actively trying to do social media things. You know what I'm saying? Like you a social media personality, but at the same time, you are living a dangerous life. You know, and like I said, you know, living that dangerous lifestyle is going to require you to carry, because if you don't carry, you're going to be caught lacking. That's just what it is, man. So it's a lose-lose situation in that department, you know. It's a lose-lose situation. Yeah, you find it funny that he's shouting out 55th, but 55th is a real hood, and guess what? Things are happening in these hoods, you know, and hoods nationwide. You know, it's not a game. People are really getting laid down. People are really getting busy. That's just what it is, man. And guess what's the end result is either gonna be heaven or hell. What's hell? Jail, prison. That's hell. Heaven? Oh, you make it to the moon. That's gonna send you to the moon. Unfortunately, we don't ask it for that. You know, but unfortunately, this is the end result. Okay? Realistically speaking, this is how it all ends. Two ways. You dig? It's a two-way street. The grave or the bing. You know? Whatever, however it ends is how it ends. But if he gets 15 years, we could pretty much, Crip Mac is going to have to call it quits because we're not going to remember Crip Mac in 15 years. whether we want to or not. We're not gonna remember Crip Mac in 15 years. There's so many people that are gonna come up after Crip Mac or that are currently here that we're gonna forget about Crip Mac. They're gonna overshadow Crip Mac. You dig? Hit that like. They're gonna overshadow Crip Mac because Crip Mac is not actively here. You dig? He's behind the walls. He's in a different world. When you go behind bars, you're in a different world. You're not in the real world anymore. You in a separate world. You know? Alex Gonzalez is LOL beyond mentally challenged. Hey man. It's unfortunate. Like I said, he didn't have the proper guidance to begin with. He didn't have the proper guidance. You know, whoever his OG is did a terrible job putting him on the set. He should have never put him on the set. He should have denied the man immediately, seeing that the man was not all the way there. But hey, it is what it is. It ain't my call. It's their call. You dig? He says, don't do bad things. I agree. And June B says, out of sight, out of mind. You already listen. A sad situation, you know, but wish him well though. We wish the man well. Okay. You wish the man well. You know. It's never too late to do better. You know, who knows what could happen? We don't know. We also don't know what his sentencing is gonna be. So 15 years is just speculation. That's what they do give people who get hit with these charges. You dig? That's what they do give people who get hit with these charges. They do give them 15 years. But is he going to serve 15 years is the question. We don't know yet. Lavish says, oh, well, he got time to write a book now. I mean, maybe he'll write a book. White Valken says, ban gangs. I understand, bro. But here's the thing, bro. See, what people fail to realize about the world is, to be very technical, gangs have always been around. There's always been wars fought in the world. The only reason that you have these countries and these cities is due to war. You understand? A lot of things don't exist without war happening. So when you say ban gangs, you could ban gangs all you want to. That doesn't stop anything. What you need to understand is that for the longest, and since this world has been around, there have been constant wars all the time. Whether it was Bloods and Crips, the Incas and the Mayans, there's always been wars, bro. There's just no getting away from it. Now, you don't have to be in it, but understand when you say ban gangs, it's cool, but understand that this doesn't stop anything from happening. I don't understand how people willingly give up their freedom. To be honest, Crip Mac probably honestly thought he was gonna get away with it. I mean, think about it. He didn't even turn himself in. He got away and was actively doing vlogs while on the run. Crip Mac was on the run. Now, someone in their right mind wouldn't be on the run and would turn themselves in. Now, if Crip Mac turned himself in, he probably would get a lesser sentence than the sentence that he's going to get. You understand what I'm saying? He probably could get a lesser sentence if he had turned himself in. But since he didn't turn himself in, he was on the run for about 2 weeks. The feds came marching in, got him together, locked him up. You know what I'm saying? Gang is a sin, ban gangs. The meaning of a gang is originally is not a bad thing. Now, gangs do actually do bad things, but so do a lot of other people. There's a lot of people doing things that you don't know are doing bad things, allegedly. And me personally, you know, that's all perception on what bad and good actually is. Some people's perception of something bad could be good to another person. You dig? Treasure Man says, ban gangs, start with the government first. Easy, Treasure Man. Let's not even get into that. But I understand what you're saying, because the highest crime is going on within the upper echelon of society, if we're going to be 1,000%. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying, but we got to ease back on the government. Salute to the government. Wink, wink. Wink, wink. Salute to the wonderful government of the United States, especially the mayor. Oh yeah, the mayor's government is brilliant. You know what I'm saying? You can't ban. Are you saying ban the mayor? The mayor is also the government myself champ. myself, the mayor, this mayor. Yeah. You're saying my government, it needs to be banned is crazy. I thought you were a supporter. You dig? But now you're talking bad about me. You're trying to say I need to be banned. Why? What did I do wrong, Chin? Okay? But, Crip Mac, sad case. We won't be seeing Crip Mac for a very long time. The odds, those are the odds. Might not be fully true, but the odds are against him at this moment because he ran off. He was supposed to turn himself in. He didn't. Well, now that you didn't turn yourself in, you are now facing more charges. You did? You are now facing more charges. You know what I'm saying? White Falcon says banning gangs would stop a lot. No, it won't. I'm sorry to tell you, champ, because there's other things outside of gangs that are causing issues. You can ban gangs all you want to. There's other things outside of gangs that exist, champs. All right, there's other things outside of gangs that we still have predators that are lurking around. We have a lot of things that are going on in society that are even worse than gangs, actually. You know, this is just the truth. You know, now gangs are definitely a huge issue, you know, for, you know, neighborhoods around the world, not just the United States, but the world. But at the same time, these are not the only issue. There's several issues that will never get fixed, to be honest, because things are going to happen as they should. But people also need to realize that everything that's happening that's supposed to be negative don't really got nothing to do with you unless you're involved with it. You dig? That's all I'm saying. Illuminegro says the cartel. Yeah, champ, you got things worse than gangs out here. You got all types of things. Cartels, mobs, etc. You dig? You got all types of things out here outside of gangs that are really bad. You know, we're not going to talk about what those organizations do. We know what they do. A cartel is not a gang. It's a little different. See, that's not the same thing. A gang is a gang, but a mob and cartel are a little bit different than a gang because the politics in those organizations are much different than of a gang. To a degree, a gang is kind of a mob, but at the same time, it's different. There's different laws. There's different ways to go about things. All right. When it comes to gangs are usually neighborhoods and blocks. When it comes to gangs are usually like neighborhoods and blocks, mostly projects. Mobs and cartels are organizations that are all over the place. They're not subject to just one location, and also are aligned with other organizations. You know what I'm saying? He said a mob and cartel is a gang to me. Well, champ, I hate to burst your bubble, but to be truthful, they're really not gangs, bro. It's a different type of structure. It's a different type of structure, bro. Now, gangs can be charged with mob-like crimes because a lot of gang crimes are mob influenced. Okay, a lot of gang crimes are mob influenced, but those organizations operate much differently than a gang would. Okay, mind you, these organizations travel a lot, have a lot of reach. Okay, so mobs and cartels operate differently than a gang would. That's all I'm saying. You know, it's not all one and the same. Illuminio said they're very different, bro. They're not the same. It's a lot different. You know, and a lot of what mob and cartel do is not publicized to the public like that. You understand? Most times, depending on how much power and influence they have. But, you know, gangs are a lot different, bro. That's what I could tell you. But they're not the same, bro. They sound like the same, but they're really not if you want to go off the structure of, you know, each thing. It's just a lot different, you know. But it's true. Do we hold Crip Mac accountable for his actions? Yes. we do hold Crip Mac accountable for his actions, but to be honest with you, I don't think Crip Mac understood the severity of him not turning himself in. I don't think Crip Mac fully understood in his head the severity of him not turning himself in. That's just me. I don't know about y'all. Maybe y'all feel the same way I do, but I don't think Crip Mac understands the severity of not turning himself in, even though he was incarcerated multiple times. I don't truthfully feel that he understood. That's just me. How do y'all feel? Y'all think that Crip Mac fully understood the severity of his actions when he ran off and didn't turn himself in for 2 weeks? Did y'all think that Crip Mac knew that the feds was gonna kick them doors down after a while and they found out he didn't turn himself in? Did y'all think that he understood that and knew that? I mean, look, people be in your ear, right? I'm sure somebody was in his ear about it. You know, I'm sure somebody was in his ear about it. Illuminigo says he understood. I don't think he understood fully. I also think that Crip Mac does things based off what people tell him. He doesn't act on his own accord. I think he does what he's told to do. And that's how I feel about it. I think he's manipulated, champ. Adam manipulates Crip Mac all the time. You dig what I'm saying? I feel he was manipulated to do wrong, bad things. That's how I feel. I'm not saying he's a kid, he's a grown man. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? He's a grown man, don't get it twisted, but at the same time, where his mind is at ain't fully in a grown place, if you dig what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I never said he had a handler, not at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that, you know, he has people around him that aren't in his best interest that are manipulating him. That could be anybody. If I got a friend or someone that I look up to or that I'm cool with, who makes my decisions or who influences my decisions, that's what I'm trying to get at, you know. So what I'm really trying to say is this, like, yeah, man, it's like the people around him weren't the best people. That's what I'm saying. He didn't have good people around him, and I believe that their influence ultimately, you know, made him make the decisions that he made. That's not to blame them fully, because again, you have to be accountable for your own actions because you are the one that is listening. But again, somebody like Crip Mac probably, you know, he think he gotta follow what somebody telling him. You dig? Ban criminal gangs, I suppose. I mean, a lot of gangs are criminals. I mean, you have all types of gang. I mean, some people believe the police force is a gang, which they are. So ban police too, I guess. You know what I'm saying? To a degree. You know, I will say this, that you can't have people just roaming freely doing whatever they want, because then there's absolutely no order whatsoever, and that can get super duper out of hand. I mean, in some places out here, you would think the police don't even exist the way things is going on. I'm gonna be honest with you. I done been some places you wouldn't think the police was even in existence in some of these places. And if you've been to places like that, you understand, you know, you might as well not be a police at all, because the police ain't coming till tomorrow, if that. You know, there's some places you go, it's like the police aren't even present. They don't even exist there. It seems, you know. It's crazy, but it's facts. You think it's crazy, but that is the world that we live in, gang. But best of luck to Crip Mac. Hopefully he doesn't have to sit for 15 years. Maybe he'll get a lesser charge. We're going to see where it goes, but as of right now, they're saying that there's a huge possibility that this is what it could lead to. Okay? Saying he might get hit. He might get hit within 15 years. Hopefully nothing more than that. You know, I think he should have turned himself in. He might have got way less time or get way less time. But hey, time will tell. We're going to see where it goes, gang. But respectfully, though, it's the mayor, the one and only real New York Mayor F. Eric Adams, And you're rocking with the town favorite Showface, who's this big Gotham, and it's the town versus everybody at all times. But we have a public service announcement that everyone should abide by. And that's to make sure that you stop playing. So respectfully, we do beg you to stop playing. We got so much more content in store. Stay tuned for more. Let's get it. Let's go.